Good afternoon, guys. It's a late Sunday afternoon. Just had a pretty good storm come through. Temperatures dropped. It's supposed to get below freezing in the next couple days, so I thought I'd come up and get a little fishing in. That's the first one of the day, a little brown. I'm going to keep some today, but not him. He's pretty small. See if we can get something a little bigger. And try a new recipe if we catch a few. So wish me luck. There are like 3 in that hole I just cast in, and they just ran the other way. Boy, the flies are out tonight, bad. This guy's even smaller than the last one. We'll put him back too. There's like 7 of them in that pool down there. He's the only one that wanted to hit it. Another tiny guy. Too small to eat. We're gonna put him back, let him grow up. Well, sorry I haven't gotten any on film, guys. I haven't been filming consistently. Another dinker, another one too small to keep. We're gonna put him back. Whoop, don't hang myself. There's a bigger one in that pool over there that kind of sniffed at it, but then that little guy beat him to it. Let's see if we can cast over there again. All right, guys, finally one big enough to keep, and finally one we caught on camera. I think. Please tell me we got this on camera. Okay, we'll put this guy on the stringer. Finally we got one big enough to take home and do something with. And we got one on camera finally. Afraid he was gonna get away for a second. He got underneath a log. It's my best one of the day. Skinny, but he's probably pushing, oh yeah, he's probably pushing 11 inches. Obviously the trick today is just stop recording. That's my best fish of the day. I don't know if he's quite as long as the last one. The last one was maybe a little longer, but this one's not as skinny. So anyway, that's 3 that we're gonna take home. I'll fish for a little bit longer, but we're definitely gonna release anything else. I don't need more than 3 to do what I wanna do. Again, I just wanna remind you guys, we are encouraged to harvest brown trout out of this river. They're overpopulated. And so there's signs all over for anglers that ask us to keep them. So, you know, I do a lot of catch and release. If you guys watch my videos, you know that. But I do like to eat fish from time to time. And like I said, on this river, they ask us to harvest them. So anyway, we'll get him off and go put him on the stringer and maybe catch a couple more. But I'm about done. Best one of the day. They keep getting better. Wow. Beautiful brown. Look at that, guys. That's my best brown this year. Look at that. Holy smokes. Okay. I'm going to turn this off so I can use... Well, I guess I don't need to turn off the whole thing. He's just really close to being hooked in the gills, and I don't want to keep this guy. I want to be able to put him back. Okay, good. Sweet. There he is, guys. And there he goes. That's my best brown out of here this year, I'm pretty sure. Got another one, guys. Feels like a pretty good one. Jumper. Jumper, baby. Not as good as the last one, but not bad. Not bad at all. Aw, oh, dang you, he inhaled it. All right, guys, I'm gonna put it down to get my pliers and hopefully we can get him off without messing him up. I'll let you know after I get it done. Well, he was just barely bleeding, so I let him go. Hopefully he'll make it. I was able to get it out without too much, you know, pulling and ripping, so. Oh, one followed it right there to the very end. I got some weeds hung on this one. I think this is going to be the last hole I'm going to fish, guys, and I'm going to head home. And I'll clean these tonight, but I'm not going to make the recipe I have in mind until tomorrow. Uh-oh. Woo! Don't know if that'll show up, but that was lucky. All right, everyone, those are the 3 trout that I kept from the fishing trip. And today we're doing something new, something I've never tried, and this was inspired by My Old Lady's Cooking Show. So that's the channel I want to shout out, My Old Lady's Cooking Show. Their recipes look incredible. I drool every time I watch a video, but we're gonna do a faux smoked trout dip. And I say faux because I don't have a smoker. So I'm using a little liquid smoke, and it's going to be on the grill. I know some of you want to take my man card away because I don't have a smoker, but I've just never had one. I've always either just cooked inside or grilled. So here's the trout. I'm going to put some liquid smoke in before we throw them on the grill. Garlic, black pepper, salt, sea salt, and then the cream cheese and the peppers and stuff will be once we put them in the food processor. So we'll get them on the grill, get them cooked, and then I'll show you kind of how they're progressing, and then we'll go from there. Fish are on the grill, low temperature. Got that liquid smoke in the foil with them, along with the garlic, salt, and black pepper. In the food processor, I've got about 6 ounces of cream cheese, about 1/3 of a jalapeno sliced, about 1/3, well, probably not 1/4 of a red bell pepper, 6 ounces of cream cheese. Did I say that already? And then a few drops of sriracha to add a little heat to it, a little bit of garlic powder, and again, a little bit of black pepper. And then what I'm going to do is we'll take the fish off the grill. We'll take all the meat off, pull it off the bones, pull the skin off, and then put the trout in here and mix it all together in the food processor to make our trout dip. And I almost forgot, I'm going to put about 1/8 of a cup of these chopped green onions in that as well. So we've got our trout, all the meat's taken off of it, all deboned, all the skin's peeled away. That's the meat in there with the other ingredients. We're going to flip this on and mix her all up and then give it the taste test. Here we go. So I think I mentioned before, I got the idea from this from my old lady's cooking show. Now she did it with smoked salmon, and it was legit smoked salmon, not just liquid smoke. And she did it on toasted bagels. I'm gonna do it with Triscuits, garden and herb. And then I added some jalapenos and some other stuff that she didn't have in hers, so mine's gonna be kicked up a bit. So here we go. Let's see if it's any good or not. I honestly don't know if I'm gonna like this or not, guys. It's not bad. It's not great. I think it'd be better if it was hotter, temperature hot. I think I would like it better if it was warmer. I can taste the fish, and I can taste just a hint of smoky. Can't really taste the sriracha, but I didn't put a lot in. Actually, that bite was better than the first. It takes a while for the spice to kind of build up. Let's try bite number 3, see if it's even better than number 2. Yeah, it actually gets better as you eat it. Just the spice builds up just a little bit. I think room temperature is not good. I think you'd either want this chilled and make it a cold dip, or heat it up a little bit so it's a nice warm dip. That would just be my take on it. I'm not a real big fan of the room temperature. So anyway, I'll put a link to my old lady's cooking show in the description. I think you'll definitely like her recipe better than this one. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is probably a 4. It's not great. I mean, I could eat it. I will eat it. I'll finish it so it doesn't go to waste. But I'm going to try and get Rhonda over here, but I can tell after the raving reviews I gave it, she's probably a little reluctant. We'll see if we can get her to try it, see what she thinks. All right, Jordan's going to try it, and we all know Jordan, if you've watched any of my cooking videos, is fairly particular. She said it looked disgusting. Would it be better if it was hot? Like temperature? All right, Rhonda. Let's give her a whirl, honey. Tell me what you think.
It's okay.
Like a 4 or 5, huh?
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's...
I can
Jordan gave it a 0.
I can choose it first, and then now I can eat the smoke.
And then the heat kind of builds after you eat it for a little bit. Do you think it'd be better if it was... Sorry, guys.
Warm.
Do you think it'd be better if it was warm or if it was chilled?
I think warm.
Warm. So I'm going to nuke mine and eat some more. But yeah, I definitely want mine a little hotter than it is. So thanks for coming along, guys. I'm going to finish this. We'll kind of clean up, and I'll do the Men on the Mountain to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.
With cracker and the buttery smooth ones?
No, we don't have any.
I don't think we have any buttery smooth crackers,
We
son.
don't have any buttery smooth ones left, honey.
So you just have to try it on this one. Tell everybody what you think, Kent. No, bite it. Put the whole thing in your mouth and chomp it.
I don't like these crackers.
Just put it in your mouth and chomp it.
She's almost gagging me.
Don't joke on it, silly.
Take it.
I don't want it.
Yes, stop! No!
You what?
Well, there was Hannah's vote. All right, we're gonna put the finishing touches on this video. So I did go back and warm up that trout dip, and it was much better hot, you know, temperature hot. I would not eat it at room temperature. It might have even been better chilled, but not for me. I don't like cold dips like that. I think the biggest hurdle for me was the texture. It was just too smooth, too pasty. If I would have not used the food processor and maybe just hand diced everything and kind of hand mix it, I think it would have been better. So anyway, that's the only way, you know. Hopefully you guys appreciate the honest reaction from Rhonda and Jordan, and it just wasn't very good. So I would say it was a 4 at room temperature. It was a 5 when it was heated up, maybe a 6, but that would be the highest I would give it. Anyway, we're gonna wrap up with the Men on the Mountain and a channel shout out. Channel shout out is Dose of Dirt. I'm newer to his channel. I think his channel's fairly new, but he's growing fast. He's a fellow Utah guy, backpacking and camping, hiking. That's the content that he puts out, some gear reviews related to those kind of things. Great channel. His videos are really well edited, I think. He gives some great footage. I'll put a link in the description, so check him out. Men on the Mountain comes from Numbers chapter 21. It's a little story in the Bible, only 6 verses, but it foreshadows probably the most significant event in human history, which is Jesus going to the cross for our sins. I love how much the Bible uses foreshadowing in the Old Testament to point to Jesus. In fact, the more you read the Bible, the more you realize the whole Bible from cover to cover is really about Jesus. Anyway, in Numbers 21, as was their habit, Israelites are griping and complaining as they're in the wilderness. So God sends poisonous snakes among them, and they're getting bitten and they're dying. So the people humble themselves and cry out and tell Moses, "We've sinned against you, we've sinned against God. Please tell God to take the snakes away." So Moses prays to God. God does not take the snakes away, but he tells Moses to fashion a bronze snake and put it on a pole and raise it up. When the people get bitten by a snake, they can look at that bronze snake and live. And in case you think I'm stretching it when I say that foreshadows the cross, that's exactly what Jesus said in John 3:15. You probably all have heard of John 3:16. If you back up a verse, Jesus referenced that story and says, just as Moses lifted the snake up on a pole, so the Son of Man must be lifted up. And just like the Israelites, to be saved from the bite of the snake, the only thing they had to do was look to the snake. For you and I to be saved from the bite of sin, all we have to do is look to Jesus, who was raised up on the cross. So that's today's Men on the Mountain. The other thing I want to point out is that God didn't answer the Israelites' prayer in the way they had hoped. They asked, "Would you take these snakes away?" God didn't take the snakes away, but instead he gave them an opportunity to step out in faith. So there may be a snake in your life that you're asking God to take away. Maybe it's a health issue. Maybe it's a financial pressure. Just want you to know that God may not take that away. But if he doesn't, you can look to him and he'll bring you through it. Just like they could look to the snake on a pole. Anyway, that's the Men on the Mountain, Numbers 24. Thanks for coming along. Sure appreciate all your support, guys. If you haven't subbed yet, hit that sub button. Have a great rest of your week.